Hey everyone. So Facebook is going a little crazy. They're changing the ways that I'm allowed to stream my lives and where I can place them. So if you can hear me, if you can see me, please let me know. I'm going on all my platforms to make sure that the video is actually being broadcasted. If you can see and you can hear me, please let me know. And it looks like it's not allowing it to be shared. So let me see here. Give me 1 second. We are going to be doing your weekly guidance for this month, or I'm sorry, for this week. So let me just try and figure out what's going on here with the post. Like I said, if you can hear me, if you can see me, go ahead and put it in the chat to let me know. Okay, let me see. I don't know why Facebook always has to change things, but it's making my life a lot more difficult than it needs to be. I'm like, everything was all good, and then all of a sudden they wanted to change everything. So, all right. Once again, if you can hear me, see me, anything, let me know. All right. Well, I guess I will just get into it. Let me just make sure it's actually sharing to the other platforms. It says it is, but I don't see it. Okay, here we go. All right. So if you guys want to join me for your weekly guidance, I will do a general weekly guidance, and then we will just go ahead and, so Angela says, I'm here, but reading you on mute. Oh, okay. Okay, that works. I thought you meant I was on mute for a minute. I was like, oh no. All right. So just to put some announcements out there. So our spiritual retreat is this weekend, May 3rd to May 5th, which I am completely excited about. I've been doing a lot of behind the scenes things. All you guys who have been following me and know me know that I had a pretty big life event happen to me last week. So I'm a little bit behind on getting everything planned, everything rolling for the retreat, but everything is starting to get caught up and I'm really excited about it. So if you guys want to join us for the spiritual retreat this weekend, I am raffling off one of the rooms. It is a queen room. It is just $20 an entry, and that winner will be announced tomorrow night. There is also one queen room available for purchase. If you don't want to risk, not winning for the raffle, you can go ahead and message me that you want to have that room. The queen room is $750, and all retreat purchases will be done tomorrow night because that is going to be my final the final time for purchasing anything for the spiritual retreat for this weekend. So the spiritual retreat is May 3rd to May 5th. So if you would like to come join us, if you want to enter for a chance to win, to come out and hang out with us, everything is in the description. So let's just go ahead and get into your weekly guidance here. And if you guys wanted to do the spiritual retreat, I do offer payment plans as well. So if that's something that you want to kind of look at, just let me know, message me, and we can kind of figure everything out for you. So anyway, for your weekly guidance, at the end of this, I will also pull a couple messages from the universe cards if you guys want, and we can go from there. Okay. So your first card is watering can. So with this card, I definitely am feeling that emotions are still running pretty high from this month. I just feel like it is just a very emotional time for a lot of you. Many of you just really need to have that emotional release, and you need to really start watering and nurturing yourself. And one way that you can do this is by asking for help. So with the watering can, sometimes nature needs us to help it out, right? So we fill up the water in the watering can, and then we go nurture nature. So we go water the flowers, we go, give it some life and minerals and stuff from the water, right? But sometimes we need to be nurtured by nature. So it's that give and take, that balanced energy. So right now, I definitely feel like you need to do that inner work. You need to, kind of put your pride on the shelf and ask for help, because whatever it is, it's not working for you right now. It feels very chaotic. It feels like there's so many moving parts. It's all over the place. So just kind of asking you to slow down, nurture yourself, go out for a walk in nature, really connect with nature to get that energetic upgrade, those vibrations from nature. That way it can kind of help nurture you along the way as well. So definitely asking for help. If you have so much on your plate and you just need help, start asking for help. Because I definitely feel like it's going to kind of project you further than you trying to do it all by yourself. Let's see, what else am I feeling from this card? Yeah, definitely spending time in nature. That way you can kind of ground your energy. But I do feel like there's just this heavy, heavy, heavy burden that needs to be shared. And I do feel like you're kind of like, it's like you have to put your pride to the side. You have to put your ego to the side, because it's almost like you're afraid to ask for help because you don't want to show weakness. And asking for help is definitely not showing weakness. It's actually going to project you closer to your goal by asking for help when you need it. So don't be afraid to ask for help. It doesn't make you look weak or anything like that. It ends up being more beneficial in the long run when you just kind of admit that you need that help, accept the help, and then, you can get to your goal a lot faster. So, definitely asking for help, sharing those burdens, getting those emotional releases out, and connecting with nature to kind of help that energy, raise your energetic vibration to kind of align you a little bit easier. But yeah, definitely a lot of emotions kind of coming in that need to be kind of dealt with at this time. All right, so for your second card, you guys have playfulness. And on this card, it's the number 15. And for some reason, I'm hearing May 15th, May 15th. So I don't know if there's a birthday or like a main event or something very significant going on May 15th. But it looks really good coming in for you. But this is just kind of asking you to really stop taking life and honestly yourself too seriously. Kind of take a step back and unclog your energy. Get rid of those energetic blocks at this time. And give yourself a break and just really open up to the joys of life, because it just feels like you are just putting so many blocks on yourself energetically because you are too, it's almost like too detail oriented, or you're too narrowly focused to kind of, pay attention to all the joy that's actually surrounding you. It's like you're so focused on reaching this goal. And if you ask for help, you can reach it a lot quicker, but bring that playfulness back into your life. Where are you robbing yourself of joy? What limited beliefs are you telling yourself, or what blocks are you putting up that way you can't enjoy, happiness or playfulness? Looking into this card, I see lots of lights. So I feel like you guys have been getting a lot of messages from spirit, a lot of divine just interventions that, this blue butterfly and the blue on this woman's dress is coming through very, very strongly, especially with that comet coming through. So I know that we just had that comet. I don't know if you guys could see that, but a lot of significance to stepping into your personal power. Speaking your truth is coming, through very, very heavily right now at this time. And just a lot of divine guidance. So really when you're on your spiritual journey, stop trying to take it so serious. The more that you can kind of let go, and this isn't going to be for everyone, but I'm feeling a really intense pull to say this. Stop forcing it. When you're trying to go through your awakening or your spiritual development or, all these things, stop putting so much pressure on yourself, because when you do that, you're actually robbing yourself of the experience because you're so focused on that end goal of accomplishing whatever spiritual development thing that you're trying to do, whether it's seeing or hearing or just working with your guide. So when you're trying to force it and force it and force it, you're actually putting more energetic blocks up, as opposed to just going with the flow and enjoying it, being very, very present. Building our spiritual gifts and developing them, it's a journey, and we want to be present because we don't want to miss those little things as we're kind of going through and developing our gifts. So really being present at this time is going to be very, very crucial. And then I'm hearing if you don't use it, you lose it. So with this playfulness and this joy that is kind of coming in for your life at this time, if you can't find the joys in your life, you're kind of blocking that from coming into your life at a later time, especially if you are so focused on this goal or whatever it is. It's like you're putting too much emphasis on working really, really hard to get where you are or where you're going, that it's almost like you're blocking out joy from coming into your life. So when you're putting so much focus on, getting to your goal and doing these things, you're bringing more of that working hard energy into your life and pushing away the joy energy, if that makes sense, if I'm explaining that correctly. So the more you're focusing on, like, I need to grind to get there, I need to work hard to get there, you're creating more opportunities for things to be hard for you along the way, as opposed to you saying, I'm enjoying this development right now. Like, everything feels nice. I'm excited. It feels joyful. I'm having fun doing this. You're going to allow that energy of playfulness and fun to really come into your life and start going with the flow, as opposed to, I have to work, I have to grind, I have to stay up late, wake up early, do all these things. It's going to kind of flip that, if that makes sense. And honestly, just ask yourself, where in your life can you incorporate more joy? Because when we can feel more joy, it kind of opens up more gifts and it opens up more doors for us, kind of moving forward. So I don't know what May 15th is for a lot of you guys, but it feels really nice. It feels very like just divine gifts being open for you at this time. Also, again, with this moon card, like, you can kind of see the moon here. Those emotions need to be looked at, whatever those blocked emotions are. If you guys are just coming on, you guys can always go back and just watch the replay to get the first two messages for today. If you are coming and watching the replay, just go ahead and type in #replay. So let's get to your third card for this week. Okay, so you guys have the card mindfulness, and it's the number 1. So this is all about beginning. So it's really about beginning the mindfulness. It came in reverse. So when this card's not in reverse, it means peaceful presence or a quiet mind. And I'll show it to you upright. But this card in reverse, it indicates that you might have an overactive mind, kind of like what I was saying before. Your energy is kind of spread thin everywhere. You may be worrying about the future too much, your to-do lists, focusing too much on the past things, things that you can't change, robbing yourself of that present moment. And this is what it looks like reversed. But when your energy is spread so thin, and honestly, in just so many directions, it can kind of cause chaos. And a way to kind of quiet all that chaos is to be very in the moment, in the present moment. Use your 5 senses, really become present and aware. Looking at this card, it's kind of just asking you to step away from that pattern, because as soon as you step back and you become more present, it kind of quiets the chaos a little bit. Let's see here. What else? So I'm definitely seeing on her throat, there's that little spiral right down there. And that to me is all your throat chakra. And what I was saying in this card, all that blue coming through with your throat chakra. So a lot of suppressed emotions that you're not speaking that need to come out at this time is really going to be important. And speaking up and, asking for help is going to be very important for you at this time. As I'm kind of looking through this card, I just feel like, disturbances in your peace. And honestly, all the chaos is kind of reducing your success to this goal that you're trying to accomplish, because it's the what if thinking, it's the I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy enough thinking, it's all those limited beliefs that it's like you overcame them at one point, but now they're all being brought back up to the surface again. So this card's really just asking you to quiet your mind, let go of the fears, breathe into your body, become very, very present and aware. Become more aware and less reactive to your life situations. And just kind of starting over, taking that first breath again. So yeah, these are your cards. I will show them all to you. Kind of an intense reading today. But yeah, so here are your cards so you can see them. If you would like for me to pull a message from the universe for you guys to pull a card, just go ahead and comment in the comment section. Okay. I'm not seeing any comments. So if you guys want a card, go ahead and just put your name. I see a lot of people are watching, but I'm like, I don't see any comments. So that could be another weird Facebook thing. I'm not sure. I'm going on to the page and I'm not seeing anything. Okay, so let me see here. Okay, Lisa. All right, let's see what the universe. I'll pull 2 cards for you, Lisa. See what message wants to come through right now. For Lisa, what's her message? What do you need her to know? Okay, so Lisa, you actually had 3 cards kind of fly out. So your first one is let your feelings out, all of them, even the ones that scare you. So that goes along the lines of, exactly what the reading was, the general reading that I just gave. So if you are having any stuck emotions, not being able to express yourself, not being able to find the words to express your emotions, that's something that you really need to sit with. That way you can kind of release them and overcome them at this time. Very, very, very important for you at this time. Being kind to yourself. So your second message is give your inner critic a vacation day. So you're just being so hard on yourself lately. And I don't know if it's just because you are holding all of this inside of you and all that chaos is just stirring up all over the place. But, your message is definitely, releasing that energy. Be kind to yourself. And here you go. I can't even make this up. These are lining up perfectly with the weekly guidance. If you guys didn't watch the weekly guidance, go ahead and rewatch it when the live's over, and type in #replay. But this card says, when you find something that excites you, go all in and enjoy the ride. So, I mean, those 3 cards line up perfectly with the weekly guidance. So if you didn't watch it, Lisa, go ahead and watch it again. But really expressing your true feelings, ask for that help. Give your inner critic that vacation day, because you're not a failure if you're asking for help. The most smart people in the world, they actually ask for help because it helps progress them and get them to where they need to be a lot quicker. And then, it's finding that playfulness, finding that joy in your life. When you find that hobby or whatever that's bringing that joy to your life, go all in, because that's going to kind of create that snowball effect for more and more positive energy to come into your life. So those are your cards, Lisa. Thank you so much for being here. Let's go with Elizabeth. Let's see what's going on with Elizabeth. What is the message she needs to hear today? Okay. This card's, I'm like, that's a little bit too many. Blue over there. All right, for Elizabeth, what's the message she needs for today? Okay. So Elizabeth, you have stop looking outside yourself for the answers. You already know them. So Elizabeth, stop looking for that external validation. Maybe even for your emotions. I'm really being drawn to a lot of emotional things right now. So if you keep trying to fill those emotional voids with external things, you're never going to heal from whatever it is that's coming up for you. And especially with April energy. So April energies have brought in what we need to focus on. And if we're kind of looking on the outside, either blaming other people or, going on shopping sprees to kind of fill that void that's within us, we could buy a mansion, we could have all the cars and all that stuff, but until we fill that void with love and light, it's just always going to feel empty in that space. And we're always going to keep trying to look and look and look until we address the root cause and kind of move from that energy. But you have all the answers inside of you. So I don't know if you're trying to connect with spirit or what you're trying to do, but you have everything inside of you. Speak to your higher self, get in connection with your higher self to get those answers. Stop asking your friends, stop looking everywhere else, because you have all the answers within you. And when you can kind of slow down and meditate, all those answers are going to come to the forefront. And your second one is guilt is a normal feeling. Just breathe in and let it go. So that's kind of what I was saying with one of the cards was, let it go. Be very, very present. When we can be in the present moment, the answers will flow to us with ease and grace and clarity. So just be in the moment. Really tap into your inner knowing, because I feel like your inner knowing is like your higher self is calling out to you at this moment. So pick up the phone, meditate, really, really listen. So I hope that helped you, Elizabeth. Jamie. Hey, Jamie. So I'm excited for this weekend too. I have so many events planned. It is definitely going to be a complete transformation on an energetic level. You're welcome, Elizabeth. On an energetic level and just a spiritual level and like raising your vibration. Like, I'm so excited. I can't even tell you how excited I am for this weekend, Jamie. All right. So let's see, Jamie, let's see. Oh, and already got one flying out at you here for Jamie. What is the message for Jamie today? All right. So, Jamie, your first card is trust yourself always. Trust others once they've earned it. So, really looking at your life. I'm also feeling like reserving your energy. Who are you expelling your energy on? Who are you giving too much energy on? Because it's almost like there's somebody in your life who's not fully trustworthy, or you shouldn't be giving as much energy to them that you are. I feel like you're kind of like a nice person. So you're kind of like giving them the benefit of the doubt, but your soul is kind of like, I don't know about this person. So, learn to trust your intuition and those feelings that come through. So really just ask yourself at this time, who have you been spending a lot of time with that, just doesn't feel right to you? Your intuition is definitely spot on with whoever this person is. And then your second card is open your heart, not just a little, all the way, and let the love flow in. I feel like this is definitely going to be happening for you during the retreat this weekend. If you can learn to open your heart and trust, and I know it's kind of iffy with this other card of, trust others once they've earned it. I hope you trust me enough to kind of help you along your journey, but opening up your heart to love, being able to receive the love that you deserve is going to be an enormous catalyst to, awakening your spiritual gifts, getting you to where you need to be. So I hope this message helped you, Jamie. And I can't wait to see you this weekend in person for the first time. So it's going to be awesome. Let's see. Let's go with Raquel. Raquel, what spiritual message needs to come through for you today? Jamie says 100% both resonate completely. Thanks. Oh, you're so welcome, Jamie. All right. Oh, so you've got a lot that came through. You got 4 messages. All right. So Raquel, oh, this one's a good one. So your message today is say goodbye to your past. So that was that really living in the moment. You're robbing yourself of that present moment by living too much into the past. Those what ifs or replaying those scenarios that had happened that you can't really change. We're leaving all that in the past because there's nothing we can do about that. So we're just going to take it. We're going to look at it, say thank you for the lessons learned, and we're just going to kind of release that back to the universe. And hopefully you learned your lesson from whatever happened. And then, I'm hearing call your personal power back. So that way, when the situation arises again, you know how to move through it with grace this time, instead of like that reactionary kind of energy of just like that chaos. So the next time a situation or you're confronted with whatever this big event is that just happened, I feel like it was like almost like an argument or someone was like trying to like put you down or something. But we're saying goodbye to all that. We're leaving all that baggage behind. That way we can make that room for all that good energy to kind of come in and flow in. Your second one is no one said this whole life thing was a race. It's okay to slow down. I don't even know why I'm doing personal readings, because I'm like, if y'all just watch the general. Is there something else I can help with? No, Siri. I do need help. Thank you. But yeah, slowing down, really being in the present moment as you're opening your gifts. You want to be very present of the subtle energies that are going on. Living in the past is going to rob you of the present. Thinking too much of the future is robbing you of the present. So just be in the moment. That way you don't miss the subtle energetic shifts when you're working on your spirituality. It is okay to slow down. There's no need. It's almost like you're trying to race to the end of your life. Like you're trying to accomplish all this stuff, but then when you get there, you're going to realize like, oh, wow, I'm like this old, or, all this time has already passed and I just completely missed all of it. It's almost like years, kind of like you don't even remember them. So just really slow down, be very present, and just kind of be open to the receival of the new energies that are coming in. Your third message is life can be hard and life can be wonderful. Which will you focus on? So are you focusing on the chaos? It was one of those things of what I was saying before in the general reading is when you're placing your focus on, I need that 9 to 5, I need to grind, I need to put in all this effort. You're telling the universe to send you more opportunities to work hard, to expel a lot of energy and effort. Whereas if you start focusing more on the playfulness, it's going to tell the universe to start bringing in more of that joy, more of that, time to yourself, opening up opportunities to make money by doing less. So really just kind of decide where you want to place your focus. Is it going to be on, oh my gosh, I have so much to do on my to-do list, or is it going to be, the opposite? And then finally, we have find ways to lighten up and not take everything so seriously. Again, spiritual journey. It is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be, an enjoyable journey where, we're not just running to the end, because then we miss, the trees, the scenery, the beauty within the awakening of our gifts. So really slow down, find the joys in your life. When we focus on the joy, it's going to bring more of that into our life. So, just be more playful. Make time for that play in your life at this time. So Raquel, I hope that helps. Let's see, Chelsea. We'll go with Chelsea. What message for Chelsea today? Ooh, being stubborn today, Chelsea. Let's see. Oh, you're so welcome, Raquel. I'm glad that it resonated with you. Oh, okay. So Chelsea. So your first card is, do your thoughts need a reboot? Focus on the good in your life. So like I said, I don't know. I don't even know I'm pulling personalized cards because this is all in the weekly guidance. Where in your life are you putting those limited beliefs on yourself? Where are you holding yourself back? When we focus too much on the negative, it decreases our energy, our vibration goes down. So when we start focusing on the positive things and showing gratitude to the universe, that's what the universe is going to keep sending us. So the universe isn't going to keep sending you more and more of this stuff if you're not thankful for it. So it's kind of like we receive a blessing and then we tell the universe, thank you so much for sending me this blessing. And that gives the universe the go ahead to keep sending you more and more and more of that like item, that like energy. Whereas if you're like, oh, well, yeah, the day was good for the most part, but this happened. And then you're just focusing on that one thing. Where we place our focus is where we place our energy. So if we're focused on that negative, the universe is going to be like, okay, I'm going to keep sending you more of that negative, because the universe doesn't understand the word not or don't. So if you say, don't send me more of this bad thing, all it hears is send me more of this bad thing. So refocus and show gratitude for the things that you have in your life. That way, more of that abundance and more of those good, positive things can kind of come in. Your second message is listen to your body and do what it is asking of you. I feel like your body is lacking nutrients and water. I just feel like it's so far removed from your natural like homeostasis, kind of your 0 point almost. So I don't know if you've been in this chaotic loop of where you're like going out to eat a lot or just snacking kind of thing, or just really straying away from your normal habits. Even straying or missing the gym or something like that. It just feels like you're being pulled away from what your body wants to do. And it just feels like you're like, well, I don't have time to take care of myself. Make that time. Please make that time, because I feel like your body's starting to get into that like almost suffering kind of mode. So really focus on that self-care. That way you can really raise your vibration, because I do feel like your body's just kind of screaming like it needs that emotional release. It needs to receive that love, and it needs to be received from you first. That way you can start receiving love from other people. I just keep hearing nutrients, like lacking nutrients. So I don't know if you need to take a vitamin, consult your doctor for everything, but I just feel like your body is definitely lacking in nutrients. So I don't know if you've changed your diets or your eating habits or something like that, but there's definitely something that needs to be looked at this time. And then your third message is speak up and speak out. Let your voice be heard loud and clear. So the cards that I pulled earlier were definitely throat chakra, expressing your emotions, speaking out and telling the people around you. I feel like significant other really needs to know your emotions and what they need to kind of provide in the relationship. It's that give and take. I feel like you've been nurturing, you've been watering, you've been doing all these things outward. And it's kind of like the shift needs to happen to start happening inward, honestly. But I do feel like there's a partner who needs to know how to start nourishing you. I feel like they are kind of just wrapped up in their own day-to-day life, that they're not present enough to see what's going on. So it's kind of like you have to kind of let them know before any change can happen. We can't just be like, well, I really hope that they would just notice and just know this kind of stuff. But like that's not going to happen, because they're so chaotic and they're caught up in their own things that they're missing it left and right. So if you're just hoping that they just see it and they realize it, it's not going to happen. Start speaking up, speak your truth, let them know your emotions. That way you get the help and the time that you need for you. Anything else that I'm feeling for you? I feel like there's a message that wants to come through that's not on these cards, though. Let me see if I can tap in for you real quick. Time. Making the time for yourself, making it a priority at this time, because I feel like you have let yourself, and it's weird because I'm hearing like let yourself go, but it's not like you're not pretty or you're not taking care of yourself like that. You're letting your spiritual body go, your etheric body go. Your consciousness is kind of like screaming at you for attention at this time. So really doing that inner work, refocusing a lot of your energy back towards you, calling in your personal power, and really making the time for you is going to be very, very important for you this week. I just keep hearing time. I mean, I think it's just finally time for you to finally express what you've been holding back. So I hope that helps at this time. I'm not doing super in-depth readings today, just really surface level, but I hope that helps for you today, Chelsea. Let's do Cheyenne. See what the universe has for Cheyenne. What's Cheyenne's message for today? Cheyenne, I'm like hearing crying babies. I'm hearing like, what is it? Oh, there's one. I'm gonna get one more for Cheyenne. All right, so we have those. So we got 3. All right, so Cheyenne. Oh, I love spirit. Make time for play. Have fun, be free. Making that time for you. I'm feeling like these children, a lot of childlike energy around you. I know that you do have children, but almost it's like you need to, instead of trying to entertain them or telling, kind of making the plans for them to play, it's almost like you need to start engaging in fun play with them. I don't know where you are from, but I know that the weather's been getting a lot warmer. So maybe taking them out and like playing a game with them, but you finding your, almost like finding your inner child again and finding out what makes it fun for you. You can go outside and, play with chalk and draw something with your children. I feel like that engagement of, childlike activities and doing them with your children is going to kind of help you find a lot more joy in the chaos right now. And just, having fun, being free with it, letting loose, not, just being silly. Let your kids see the silly side of you, because I feel like you've been putting on like this strong, it's almost like they're saying strongman suit. So you've been like putting on this mask of like, you're so strong and you're so like, I don't know. It's almost like, I don't know. It's just like a mask of like, you're just hiding all of your emotions and you need to show up for your kids in a certain manner. But it's like your kids are like, I feel their energy of just like, they just want mom time. They just want to play with mom. They just want to see mom happy and giggling and laughing and really just being interactive with them at this time. Your second message is, what has your inner voice been asking of you? Listen and act. So I heard quiet time. So it's kind of interesting that they're bringing this in of like making time for your kids and then making time for you. Listening and acting on what your inner voice has been giving you. So I hear patterns, so that it feels like your guides have been giving you this message over and over and over, and you just haven't been listening. Oh, awesome. So she says hours getting cut at her job, so she has a little bit more time to do that. So that's awesome. Make sure you're scheduling yourself in for that as well. Because I do feel like your guys are trying to give you these messages, but you're so busy being a mom that you almost forget that you're Cheyenne too. So make time for the kids, make time for mom, and then make time for Cheyenne as well. Yeah. And so 4 children, yeah, definitely they're going to be fighting for your love and affection. So if you can do something that's fun for all of them, What I like to do with my kids is I like to take them outside, and I always just buy like body paint and things like that. And I let them like paint each other and paint me. And like, we're just being silly about it. And then, especially when it's warm out, and then, we'll spray each other off with the hose and do things like that, or, do water balloons and, just little games like that where all of the kids are interacting. And they feel very seen. They feel like you're very present with them. So I feel like that's very important at this time. And then your last card is guilt is a normal feeling. Just breathe in and let it go. So the guilt of time, the guilt you feel when you make yourself a priority is like almost like, I can't sit here and meditate because I need to take care of a child, or, what if my kids need me, or I can't do this for myself because I need to be mom. That guilt is normal. It's that mom guilt, but it is very, very, very important for you to start taking care of yourself. I always preach it to people. You cannot take care of others until you take care of yourself, until you fully show up and fill your cup all the way. When I speak to moms, I always say, as moms, we're the pitcher of water. We can't fill up our little cups if our pitcher's empty, right? Because we hold all that emotion, we hold all that energy in that pitcher, and we're kind of giving it to our little cups, right? So you cannot give your 100% to your children if you are not showing up for yourself 100%. So it's kind of like that, as above, so below, as within, so without. So whatever you're putting out there is kind of like that exchange, that equal exchange that's kind of going on. So make time for yourself, make time for your kids, make sure you're making yourself a priority. That way you can start, I really feel like your guides are just giving you this certain message that wants to come through. And it's just kind of like every time they send it to you, you're just so distracted with your children. So give the kids enough time. That way they're not bugging you and like, kind of like up your butt almost. That way you're giving them that time. Then you have your alone time. Make them like, it's almost like you're making rules. Like, don't talk to mommy, give mommy 20 minutes. Let me do my meditation, that kind of thing. Or even asking for help, asking your husband or your boyfriend to take care of the kids for 25 minutes when he comes home, so you can sit in peace and kind of recoup from the day. Being a mom, working mom, all that stuff, like there's a lot of chaos that goes on. But you do need to make that time for yourself. So she says, definitely makes sense. I do take them to the park often, even lately. Good. Yeah. See, if you have water balloons, maybe it's a great day to go out and utilize them. Hard to make time for myself for sure when I tend to them first. In the time I'm at home, and their dad works 2 jobs also. Yeah. So maybe asking for that help. There has to be that give and take between you and your husband of, you both have a lot on your plate at this time. It just feels like you both don't have alone time, and then you guys don't even make time for each other. So maybe working out, certain days for certain people to have, that hour to themselves, or, stuff like that, to really help both of you kind of regain your composure is kind of what it feels like. So I hope that these messages resonated with you. I really hope that you start making time for yourself, because like I said, your guides are screaming at you and they want to give you these messages. You're just kind of missing them here and there. So awesome. Okay. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and close it out. Like I said before, if you're just watching this, go ahead and put hashtag replay in the comment section. Cheyenne says, yes, only thing about my hours being cut, it will give you more time on Saturdays. Well, that's good. Everything's happening divinely. Divine intervention for you right now, Cheyenne. Definitely feel like it. Oh, you're amazing as well. Thank you. So like I said, if you guys want a chance to win and join us on the retreat this weekend, the drawing is going to be tomorrow night. You can purchase the tickets. They're $20 an entry. So if you want to join us, if you want that spiritual transformation, come join us. It is going to be absolutely amazing. There is one room available for purchase. Like I said, for $750, or if you want to try and win it, it's the $20 per entry. And then after the 30th, all sales will be done. Nothing after the 30th, after tomorrow night. So if you want to join us, if you want to try and win a chance to join us, the link is in the description to purchase. And that is all that I have for you guys today. I hope that everyone has an amazing week. And until next time, bye guys.